hit record and share my screen. All right, so today's Tuesday, February 2nd, 2016, our second team call of the year. Thank you everyone for getting on. I really appreciate seeing all of your lovely faces live and in person. I understand when you can't get on, and that's why we record it every week, but it's really awesome to see so many of you on tonight. So thank you. We have lots of recognition. Hopefully you saw me post this afternoon, but in January we had 4 people hit Success Club 10. We had Lisa, Carrie, Diana, and Megan. Congratulations to you ladies. It was Megan and Lisa's first time hitting Success Club 10, which was awesome. So great job. And of course, Lisa and Carrie with Success Club 14. That's amazing. So good job. On to Success Club 5. We had 3, Jennifer, Casey, and Christine. Awesome job. So someone at the NLC talked about, we've called it like the Changing Lives Club. And I thought it was kind of cool. Someone talked about being life changers, because when we post things about Success Club, a lot of people on social media have no clue what we're talking about. So I thought it was kind of cool how they used 5+ life changer, 3+ life changer, and 1+ life changer. So that's why I used that this month. So people kind of know what we're talking about with Success Club. And then all those people with Success Club points, and look how many of you had 4 that were so close. Stephanie, Lola, Stephanie, Candida, Cece, Becky, Marissa, Amanda, Nicole, Veronica, Julie, Olivia, and Tom. So great job. And look at all those new coaches as well. We had Meredith, Marissa, Tara, Christy, Shate, Kim, Candida, Jennifer, Elizabeth, Emily, Caitlin, Janine, Stephanie, Adrian, and Kristen. We are very excited to have you on our team. All right, so just a reminder, I did post this in the team page, but we have some awesome challenge packs. They continued the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme challenge packs for 140, 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme kickstart challenge packs. So that is with those programs, Shakeology and the 3-day refresh for 180. We have the size challenge pack for 140, size kickstart with Shakeology and the 3-day refresh for 180, and then the 3-day refresh for 140. So they truly are setting us up for a really good month. It's Team Cup, so that's great. All right, so we gave this a shot in January, so we are giving it another shot in February. We have the February Facebook challenge, and for those of you that maybe didn't participate in January, that's fine. I just wanted to explain kind of what it was. This is our cover photo in our group, and we have the dates there, 1 through the 29th, and each day it gives a suggestion as to something that you can post on Facebook. And the reason why this is helpful is because as coaches, we want to be sharing on social media and kind of getting out there and being visible to others. And it's recommended that you post 3 to 5 times a day, so you are showing up in people's news feeds. And this just gives you a suggestion for one of those, at least 3 posts. So we're on day 2, which was Tip Tuesday. I definitely saw some of your Tip Tuesday posts today, and I love them. And we hashtag them Team Fit and Focus. So it's kind of cool. It just kind of makes people, they see the post, they see the hashtag, maybe get a little curious about what our team is all about. Also, I have on the side the dates to remember that are there, and they are actually, so they're on the cover photo, and I actually made this calendar as well. So you could just kind of visualize it. I put it on a calendar so you could see where in the month the different things were, and also I put suggestions of when you can invite to certain things as well. So for example, yesterday our 21-day fix groups opened up. We have 2 of them. I am running one with a group of coaches, and Casey is running one with a group of coaches as well. So if you happen to not be in one yet and you wanted to be, just let me know. We also had a 7-day Shakeology group open up yesterday. Obviously, today's our team call and our power hour. As you can see, starting on the 1st, this week is a great week to invite to our free group, which is coming up next week. We have our free Butts and Guts group. Just a little bit about what that group is. So we have been trying to do a free group each month, and it's helpful, it's helpful to get the ball rolling with new customers, inviting people to, just experience what our challenge groups are all about, feel the motivation and all the aspects of our team and all the women. We do have men on our team too, and we do work with some men, but most of us are women. So it's pretty awesome to get everyone together and have them experience it. So we decided to try something different and try to do maybe some different themes each month. This month we are doing a Butts and Guts theme. We'll have daily posts with little daily challenges and motivation and check-ins, of course. We'll share some meal plans as well. And then actually there are 5 of us that are going to be making videos for Butts and Guts workouts. And this, I've been encouraging in the challenge groups that we've been doing to do more videos, because I feel that it just helps you get a better connection with your challengers and the other challengers in the group when they see our faces on the camera and us talking to them, rather than just seeing the text that we post and the pictures that we post. Obviously they see our sweaty selfies, but just another way to get a little more personal with our challengers. So that's what we should be inviting to this week. So next week, you can start inviting to our coach call and our open house. Also, the following week on the 15th, so this was just something extra that, we don't usually do every single month, but I put on the 15th that some of us were going to do the 3-day refresh, and we decided to do a 5-day Shakeology group as well. Really quick shout out to Lola, because Lola totally got the ball rolling. I feel like I know I have, and other coaches have talked about doing a 7-day Shakeology group for a while, and she just kind of, dove in. She's a new coach, and she's been doing such an awesome job. But I think some people maybe didn't quite get it out there enough, so that's why we added that 5-day Shakeology. We changed it a little bit for the 15th, so then you would be able to provide your challengers with 5 Shakeology packets. You can go about that in one of 2 ways. You can either have them order the super sampler, or I personally like ordering my own packets and sending them out to them. It actually saves them money, because with them getting the super sampler and then the shipping costs that they pay, it's actually better on our end to get the packets for them, and then you can write a personal note to them too. So again, this calendar is in Team Fit and Focus, so you can take a look at it. Shows when our power hour, coach open house. Again, the last 2 weeks would then be dedicated to inviting to the challenge group. All right. We also started Fit and Focused full time, which is going to be our ongoing challenge group. We have a lot of repeat challengers and challengers that are involved in all of our groups, which is awesome. But it will just be a way to share all tips and check-ins with them and everything in this group, but then still provide our newer challengers and challengers that really want to participate a lot, a little bit more love to them in our smaller challenge groups. That's the hope of this. So this is our Fit and Focus full-time cover. If you are not in this group and want to be, you can let me know. I also posted the group in Team Fit and Focus. Shout out to Steph Albrecht for making our very first cover photo. Thank you very much. Looks awesome. All right, I'm gonna run through these really quickly. These were just some key takeaways from the NLC. I'm also gonna do a couple other things to try to implement. You'll see me trying to implement some different things too as well. I feel like I just learned so much. It would take me forever to like really go over it all. So I'm just going to go over some takeaways for you. The first thing that Carl Deichler talked about, I know I like talked to some of you on our one-on-ones about this, about his quote was, "Our primary focus should be to enhance and revolutionize people's lives," which is a pretty powerful statement, "and always lead with your heart and stay out of your head." He just truly like has people in mind and goes into this so wholeheartedly. It's pretty awesome to hear him speak. I know some of you that obviously went to Summit heard him speak, and those of you that have been here in Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh Super Friday, he's just pretty amazing. He's the real deal. He truly, goes into this wanting to help people. That's his number one thing that he wants to do. He doesn't want people to be worrying about money that they're making and everything. When you're leading with your heart, wealth creation is going to be natural. That's what he talked about. Number two, this was from Jeff Hill. I thought this was a good statement. Stop doing lists are important than start doing lists. And never lose faith in the ending of your story. I love those quotes from him. It really made me sit down and think of like what I need to stop doing. Is this, and I just went through 30-day push too. So my ladies that just went through 30-day push understand this too. Like, is this a good use of your time? If what you're doing right now, should you be doing that? So I love how he said stop doing lists are more important than start doing. Number three, Michael Neiman talked about the fourth vital behavior being recognition, and that's not only just with our coaches, but also recognizing our challengers more. And he talked about results creating organic advocates. So that's why I really want to have this focus on, improving our challenge groups and improving the experiences that we give our challengers to really create those organic advocates that, love the products, get results, and, want to share with others about it. Number four was from Michelle Myers. If you inspire, that produces loyalty. It's not what we sell, it's what we stand for. And people stay around for people. So this goes both ways. This goes with our challengers, wanting to stick around, wanting to refer people to us, wanting to stick with us because they're inspired by us. And that goes with our coaches as well. Leading by example and being a good leader and inspiring our own coaches as well. This is where I'll be going into more detail later, but Melanie Mitchell talked about a monthly plan for recruiting, and I'm in the process of trying to create an example of that for you guys. And she talked a lot about time management. Quote from her, "You can't let the day roll you, or you can let the day roll you, or you can roll the day." I posted a video with Melanie Mitchell talking about time management. It wasn't the same, but it had similar aspects to it. It's a great video in our team page. Bonnie Engel talked about posting about coaching every single day, and I wanted to touch on this on our Facebook challenge. You'll notice that it says post about coaching. That's kind of vague. I don't want you to post about, like, hey, join my team, that kind of post, but instead address a hesitation that people have about coaching, address a reason why it's, enhanced your life or brought positivity to your life. An example was last week I posted a picture of me with Jordan and Ashlyn, and I just mentioned how, it's crazy. I signed up as a coach at one of the craziest times in my life. I was, just went back to work full time after I had Ashlyn, and, life was busy and crazy. And I said, I'm sure glad I didn't let that stop me from signing up as a coach. I wouldn't have moments like these, and it's been nothing but positive. So just like hinting at those things, the ways that coaching has been a positive part of your life. And she says every single day, for some of us, even for me, like I probably will not do it every single day, but I'm going to work myself up to that. She said you have to be brave enough to be public about it. Only action moments count in this business. And this is a big one. Put your blinders on and be you. Stop worrying about what other coaches are doing, other top coaches are doing. I know we're all faulty of that, but put your blinders on and be you. Kim Carver, he's from corporate. He talked about how you can't neglect the fundamentals to rush to success. So really those fundamentals or those 3 vitals, you have to do those 3 vitals. I have told you guys before, I tried to get away without doing personal development. It just doesn't work. You have to stick to the basics. He also said, think like a business owner, be proactive and accountable instead of an employee, reactive and blame seeking. And then lastly, Jeff Hill left with a pretty closed out the conference with a pretty powerful presentation, and he was talking about leaving more footprints, or not footprints, leaving handprints on people's lives through their health and fitness, and really making those connections and leaving impressions. Again, I felt like Carl Deichler started out that way, leading with heart, and Jeff Hill ended it with, leaving more handprints, really making those impressions on people, making this a people business, a people helping people business. So it was a pretty incredible conference. I did a blog post about it if you want to check that out for more details. Definitely an awesome goal to push for if you're interested. All right, I am going to stop sharing because we have the lovely Diana Filo up next. She is, I know not everyone's in our business building group, but if you're in our business building group, you know how amazing and on the ball she is. If you're in our challenge groups, you know how amazing and on the ball she is. She's pretty much always the first person to post in our group. She totally has her act together. She is completely consistent with the 3 vital behaviors, and it is showing in her business. She is rocking her business, and she's Ruby as of right now, but I think that's going to change on Thursday. So pretty exciting stuff going on for Diana, and she's doing all of this while she is creating a school design plan to open up her own school next year, for next school year. So talk about a busy lady. That is Diana. So Diana, I am going to stop sharing, and I am going to hand it over to you. Can you unmute yourself? I have to do it for you. Here you go.
Is that working?
Yep.
Great.
Good.
Okay. And can you all see my screen now? All right. So I am just so excited and really honored to be able to talk to you ladies for a few minutes about what I've been doing in the morning and things that have really helped me, both personally and in the business, and also with my other business of running and working for a school. So I wanted to first start with my story, just so you all know a little bit more about who I am and why I do what I do for both Beachbody and for my school. And then just 3 tips that I was thinking about really have moved me forward in being productive throughout the day. So when I think about kind of my evolution of where I am right now, I wanted to start in 2010 and 2011, where I kind of hit a rock bottom. And so this picture is one where I am out at a bar. There's a shot in my hand. I do look skinny, but I know I wasn't healthy at all. So it was this time in my life I was kind of like wildly depressed, anxious, and absolutely anorexic. I'm pretty sure most of my calories were from alcohol at the time, and it just wasn't a healthy life. I was really, the ideas of like not good enough really were just running my life. And it was at this time I had a pretty bad breakup and was just not happy with who I was. And so I kind of swung in the opposite direction when it came to my relationship with food, health, and fitness. And I just said, screw it. Like, I hate this like restrictive life. I was still pretty upset about the breakup and needed some changing. And so I did go back into the classroom, which I loved. But for any of you teachers out there, getting a workout in while you're teaching can be really hard. And so I was eating the candy that the kids had. I was barely working out. I was kind of eating all the sorts of comfort foods just because it made me feel better in the moment. And I kept seeing Shell with her selfies and her two kids and teaching insanity and also teaching. And at some point, I think it was after a couple months, Shell, like months of going back and forth, I went back. It was literally months that I was like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Maybe I'll try next month, that I finally decided to get the 21-day fix. And it was because of things that Shell's talking about, like her daily posts every single day. I just really believe that if someone I knew in college could do it and really help get herself fit, and while doing so much more than I had on my plate, I could do it too. And so I started with the 21-day fix. The first time it did not go very well at all. I think I worked out maybe like 5 times, but that was 5 more times than I had in the past 21 days. So I was really proud of myself. And so then I did it again. And by the second round, I was hooked. And so I've been doing a lot of personal development with Brene Brown. I love my therapist. So any of you who might see yours too, I'm happy to talk about that offline. And I just feel a lot happier because I know every single day I'm doing things that are helping move myself into a better place. And what I really love is what we're able to do in this business, which is help other people do the same. I really believe that women run the world. My girl Beyonce said it. And I really think that women, teachers, anybody in kind of a giving position, you really have the power to change the world, but you're not going to be able to do that unless you're taking care of yourself first. So when I think about my school, I want to create a school where kids feel like they can be their best selves, that they're taking risks, they're making mistakes, they know what they're good at and what they're not, and they feel good enough in who they are from the start. And at the same time, I want to help to support women who might not have had that type of childhood, and really thinking about how you can be perfect in your imperfection and making progress every single day. And so that's what I just started to do with Beachbody, is trying to chip away. And when I first started, I was thinking, how am I ever going to do professional development and invite people and work out? I just didn't know how I was going to do it. I tried to work out after school. It just didn't work for me. And so I decided if I wanted to achieve things that haven't been achieved before, I have to do things that I had never done before. And the first tip I've got for you all is hit the snooze on the snooze button. Chalene Johnson, I listen to her all the time. And one of the big tips she says is if you're hitting the snooze, you are snoozing on your dreams, you are snoozing on your life, and that is a decision you're making, and it's the first decision you make in the day. So no matter what time you wake up, I think the number one thing to do is make sure you stop hitting snooze, because that is just giving yourself an excuse the first part of the day. I know it's hard, and sometimes those first mornings where your early wake up call happens, it's really hard. I'm not going to lie. But when I wake up on those rough days, I just think I'm up. And I get up and I just start moving my body, or whatever it is. And once I start moving, then I can continue with getting my day moving in the right direction. So tip number 1, snooze on the snooze. I know it's hard, but you can all do it. The next tip I have is to really get creative about where and how you are doing some of your personal development, some of your asks, etc. And this was literally taken. I took pictures on Monday throughout the day to kind of show, okay, what am I doing and how am I making this work? The picture on the left is literally probably around 5:30 in the morning. And you can see this isn't necessarily, I should post this picture, but this isn't necessarily something I'm always showing. But my hair is half done. My makeup is all over the counter, but this is my getting ready time. And normally I think when I was getting ready, I wouldn't be listening to anything. I would just be getting ready and rushing. but it's a perfect opportunity to just have professional development playing in the background. And once I started to figure out, oh, like I could listen to PD while I am getting ready. I also listen to PD while I'm working out. Once I know the workouts a little bit better and I don't need to listen to Autumn like telling me to to try harder, or without Shanti telling me to dig deep, like when I don't need that anymore, I can listen to my professional development while I'm working out too. I have my shake happening in the morning. And so that's kind of what a typical get ready looks like for me. And then when I get in my car, I have tons of podcasts, audiobooks all ready because I'm in the car a lot. I'm about a half an hour from work at least, sometimes 45 minutes, depending on what school I'm visiting for the day. And so for me, getting creative with my time was a way to make sure I was getting in a lot of that professional development, which I think has, as Shell said, like revolutionized just me feeling like, one, just smarter, and two, really helping me just think a little bit more. And when I start to hear the same sorts of tips and tricks every single day from people who are seeing such success in life, it kind of motivates me to do the same. And a lot of the podcasts that I listen to are applicable for my work life too. So thinking about the School of Greatness, thinking about some of the Shalene Show, all of those podcasts really are also helping me with what I want to do with my school too. And my third tip is get help. So you can see these are two screenshots of where I have accountability partners or I'm an accountability partner for somebody else. So Lisa, who's on this call, thanks for joining, Lisa. Lisa wanted to wake up earlier too. She knows that I am up in the morning, and she was hitting the snooze a little bit. And so she is starting to message me first thing in the morning to just let me know that she's up if I don't hear from her, which I haven't even had to reach out to her because she's been so great at holding herself accountable. I'll reach out to her. And so that was just one way that she was able to use me as an accountability partner. And on the right, I've been really trying to move forward with gratitude and just really thinking about how I express gratitude on a daily basis. And my friend Mohammed is someone who also is really a thoughtful person, and he and I were talking. And so now every single day we send each other our 3 gratitudes for the day, and it can happen at any point. But it's something that is working for us as friends, and it's actually enriching our conversations a lot more, where it's a little bit more quality as opposed to how was your day. This one's a little silly because I was so tired. I didn't sleep well the night before, but you can see it includes things that I do find really important to me, and it's helped move me forward, and he's holding me accountable, which is really nice. So those are really my top 3 tips for thinking about how you can just sustain some discipline and making sure that you are moving your work and your business forward. And it's really small tweaks. But I did want to take a moment for a little call to action. So you are all by your computers, and I wanted you all to send me a message about one small tweak you want to make in your routine. And then I'll share one tweak that I want to make. So get out your computers, find me on Facebook, whether you want to just post in the Team Fit and Focus page or send me a direct message if it's something a little bit more personal. I want every single one of you on the call right now to let me know one thing that you want to do a little bit differently to hold yourself accountable in a small way. And I'm happy to help follow up and be your accountability partner. I should start seeing my phone buzzing, so let's go. Lisa, thank you. All right, Shell, I'm going to hold you to it. Oh, so many stop hitting snoozes. That's so great, ladies. Yeah, it's really incredible. And I know, so one thing I do want to say, like, I know that morning is not for everybody. And I don't want you all to think that just because I'm a morning person, that you have to be. But so do whatever works for you. If one of your accountability needs to be, I have to work out as soon as I get home from work, make sure you have a system in place that you're going to make sure you do that. That I know just doesn't work for me personally. And so I've had to really push forward for the morning when I know I'm more productive. I can be really 100% honest. Like 9 o'clock at night, for anybody who knows me, I'm usually in bed, like laying around by 8:30. I took a nap today. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be fresh for the call, so I set my alarm for. I took a nap from like 7:30 to 8:30, and I had my alarm ready so that I knew I was going to be really fresh and ready for you all on the call. And so that's just what I needed to do. And I also wanted to share with you all one thing that I'm hoping you can hold me accountable for. I'm really good at my morning routine, but my turn down routine is not as strong. And so what I really want to do is limit screen time, with the exception of our calls, on the nights that I need to like go to bed and just be ready for the morning. So if you and I are chatting on Facebook, or if you see any of my posts, like if they're happening a little later, just remind me, screen time, like go to bed. So that's one thing I really want to work on myself, is making sure that I'm really stopping looking at my computer and my phone by 8 o'clock at night, so I could just slow down my brain, and get to bed a little bit more relaxed and not thinking about the work email I just looked at, or what am I going to post when I wake up in the morning? Like, no, we don't need to do that. I need to get my sleep. So that's all I have for now. I wanted to see if anybody had questions for a couple minutes before we start our maybe power 20 minutes. Any questions?
Do you want to stop screen sharing so we can
Sure.
see everyone? Okay, there you go. Any questions at all? Those were some awesome tips. Thank you so much, Diana. Seriously, one of the big accountability things, like we started our, I guess I started the accountability, just the 3 vital check-ins with just some of my personally sponsored coaches originally. And Diana was one of them. And then we kind of were always like, okay, do we want to continue this? Should we stop? And Diana was always like, yes, let's continue. Let's keep doing it, and it grew into something that we do with anyone that wants to do it on a team. So, and I know that helped. She was talking about getting help, and that helps a ton with your accountability and making sure, because all you do is check in. For those of you that are in it, you just check in with your 3 vitals. What personal development did you do? What workout did you do? Who did you make connections with? What invites? And we talk about something positive for the day. Takes you 2 minutes to check in, but it's very helpful. It keeps you, definitely keeps you accountable. So I know I mentioned it before. If you're not involved in it and you do want to get involved in it, please let me know. Okay, I am going to go right back into sharing my screen. And I only did 2 things today because I figured we might go over a little bit with some of the things I had to share with the NLC and then with Diana. So I have 2 things. So I'm going to go back. Which, by the way, I chose the mental edge of self-discipline. I remember texting Diana, like, I know the topic, that I know what I'm going to call the call, because I think it was Jeff Hill that talked about, I think it was when he was talking about the book Good to Great in one of his presentations, and he talked about the mental edge of discipline, or maybe it was Michael Neiman. But I was like, that is perfect, because I feel like that is, Diana to a T. Okay, on to our power half hour, or power 23 minutes. Okay, so I mentioned that we have the Butts and Guts free group coming up. So I have 2 personal messages and a post to show to you, for you to work on, either sending out those personal invites or making a post. Actually, on the Facebook challenge, our post is on the 4th. So I didn't make my post yet. This is a post that I'm going to be doing on Thursday, actually. But you can send out personal messages, and you can surely create your post and have it ready to go. So here are 2 messages. One is about one that I've talked to someone about challenge groups before, and they've been interested, but it just wasn't right timing. And another one is we haven't talked challenge groups yet. So 2 different examples. So the first one, hi Ashley, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. I know you mentioned before, I mentioned being interested in one of my challenge groups, but timing wasn't quite right. I thought you might want to check out a 1 week free group starting next week. There will be quick workouts provided that focus on your butts and guts. There will be daily motivation and tips as well. Let me know if I can add you. So that's someone that I've talked to about challenge groups. And the other one, hi Jess, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. I keep it simple at the beginning of my messages, as you can see. You can add something more personal too, depending on the person. One of the things I do as a coach is run free online health and fitness challenges. I'm starting a Butts and Guts one next week. There will be quick workouts provided as well as motivation and tips. Can I add you to the group? So those are 2 personal messages, and I will put these in Team Fit and Focused. And then here is a post. Again, I'm posting this on Thursday. It's nothing too elaborate or anything. I just put, did anyone notice it's staying light out just a little bit longer? Summer will be here before we know it. Time to get those summer bodies ready. Join me for a free Butts and Guts online challenge. Who doesn't want a nice booty and firm abs? That's kind of cheesy, but like, comment, or message me for more details. And then I just simply did like this one I did really simple, 1 week free Butts and Guts group, where online, when, February 8th. And then I added who, you and a friend, because I thought like when I would talk to people, that would be a good way to get referrals from people. Since it's a free group, so if they want to join and if they could invite a friend to join, I thought that would be a good way to get some referrals as well. Okay, so we're going to just start out with that. I'm going to give you 8 minutes to work on this. Actually, I'll give you 10. We're at 9:40. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to set my clock, and I am going to post these items in Team Fit and Focus too, so you have wording if you want to tweak it and use it the way you would like. Okay? All right, I am setting my timer, and you can go. All right, time's up. We're going to move on. One more thing we're going to do. All right, so the other thing that I had mentioned was the 5-day Shakeology group. So again, I have some personal invites and also post examples for this, since this is coming up on the 15th, because this is something that obviously you want to invite people to ahead of time so you can get them their Shakeology packets in time, either by you sending them or by you having them order their super sampler. So I put, again, 2 different ones. One we talked, one we didn't. Hi, Kelly. How are you? I hope you're having a great week. I know you have asked me about Shakeology before. I thought you might be interested in a 5-day Shakeology group I'm starting on February 15th. I would be able to provide you with 5 samples of Shakeology. I would also give you some information about the benefits of Shakeology and give some recipes and tips. Are you interested in joining? And then the other one, hi Alyssa, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. One of the things I do as a coach is have online health and fitness accountability groups. I'm starting a 5-day Shakeology group on the 15th. It would be a great way to sample Shakeology and get some great info and tips. Would you like some more info? So, and just a heads up, I do use PayPal. When I do send out, when I sent out 7, I did $30 for 7. It's about roughly the price that they would actually pay for their own Shakeology that way. And then I am going to do 5 for $20. So you kind of, give them a little deal because it helps. Again, it would cost them more to get their own super sampler and with shipping and everything. They get, I think it's $29.95 for 5 for 6 samples with a super sampler, but then they also, I think it's like $6 in shipping. So it would be more for them. And then here's the example post. I actually did, you can see I did the, so obviously you guys are not going to have yourself in a Shakeology box like me, but I do try to get creative with my posts. This was whenever I got the tour at corporate. You might have seen like Michael Neiman or Jeff Hill or something in one of their crazy videos that they do in the Shakeology box. But so I decided to post that. I'll post both of these examples. So I did the one where I'm in the Shakeology box first. I kind of have these reversed. And to introduce the group, what I said. And then I threw, this was like last minute, like literally the day I was sending out one of the week's worth of samples, that I was heading to the post office, and I try to like add, so notice how I said have heading to the post office separate from the other little blurb. So sometimes it just makes people like stop and read something rather than if it's like one giant paragraph, if you have something at the top like that. So I just threw that up there last minute, and I actually got a lot of people were liking and commenting and messaging me about that too. So just 2 different examples of how I shared it. I would do something like on the right initially, and then maybe something like on the left later. But I will post both of these in the group along with the messages that I just posted as well. So I'm going to stop sharing again, and we have 7 minutes until it's 10 o'clock. So I'll give you 7 minutes and we'll wrap up. Okay? Any questions? You can stop me and unmute yourself. Yeah, Steph. Oh, I thought I made it so you could unmute yourself. Sorry, guys. Let me find you. There you go.
Hey, so when you're sending out samples, do you just pre-pick like one of each flavor for everybody, or do you ask them if they have a preference for like 5 flavors?
I tell them that I'm going to give them like a mix because, and then if they're like, I don't want a flavor, then I won't give it to them. But I would prefer for them to try a mix, and then I would prefer for them not to tell me like, I want 7 chocolate, and then there goes 7 of my chocolate packets. So I actually did not have the problem. I had one person tell me like they did not want cafe latte, and one person did not want strawberry, but that was okay. I could use like the other ones. So I usually just tell them I'll give them a mix. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay. All right. I'm going to post the stuff in the group now. Just want to mention real quick, it's kind of nice if you have like a spouse or a family member or something like that that has an account. You can also use that volume under them as well to count towards volume for yourself to cycle bonus. Just a thought, an idea. Because that's what I do. Now that I have my second business center open, like everything will be going through that business. But before I would order anything extra under Rob's business center. So helps you out. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up. Just want to say thank you one more time for all of you for being on here tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Diana, for sharing with us. I loved hearing your story as well. So thank you for opening up and sharing all of that with us. And if you guys have any questions, and I've said this before, if you guys have any suggestions, I think most of us, well, most people have told me, the area that they might have the most trouble with as far as the 3 vitals is with inviting. So that's why I've kind of been trying to stick with inviting on the power hours. But if there are other things that you guys would like to do on the power hours, let me know. And we can definitely share something that you're interested. Okay? Any questions before we get off tonight? All right. Lola? Yes, Lola.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to get my mic off.
I think I muted everyone, and I think I made it so you couldn't unmute yourself. Sorry.
Do you send out 5 packets or 4 for the sample?
I'm gonna do 5 for this one.
Okay, 5 packets.
I did 7 for the group that we're doing right now. But like we had talked about on our team cup call, I'm gonna do 5. Because if we talked and said that you could get more people
way more
out of a sample packet.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I couldn't remember if you said 4 or 5 sample packs for this time around, but it's 5. Okay, that's good. Yep. Alrighty.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, ladies. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks.
Talk to you all soon. Bye.